الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وخليله من خلقه وصفيه أما بعد فنسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يجعلنا وإياكم من المستمعين للقول والمتبعين أحسنه وأن يجعل ما نقوله ونسمعه حجة لنا لا علينا يوم الدين ثم أما بعد فالسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Sometimes on the face of this earth we seem to be beggars. We want everything to make us happy, so we keep on journeying from one friend to the other, from one house to the other, from one leisure to the other, to eventually see that we can keep on traveling, keep on journeying, eventually to find out that nothing can truly make us happy. And this is why those who know where you can find happiness have chosen to move towards nothing with their hearts but Allah. This is why some of the people have chosen to live in the dunya with their bodies, but to live with Allah with their hearts. Because when you give your heart to Allah, when you give your soul to Allah, when you give your tears to Allah and your cheers to Allah, when you give your fears to Allah, when you give your trust to Allah, when you give your friendship to Allah, when you give your sincerity to Allah, your thoughts, your yearns, your wants, then Allah Jalla wa Ala gives you nothing less than Himself. Allahu waliyul ladhina amanu. Allah Jalla wa Ala is the wali of those who choose Him. So this is why today we have to ask ourselves the question, did we ever choose for Allah? Yes, you chose to pray. Yes, you chose to be a Muslim. But how many choices in your life, rather in my life, how many choices were like really, truly, solely for Allah? Did we get married to please Allah? Or did we divorce to please Allah? Did we move houses to please Allah? Did we have children to please Allah? Before I had that job, did I ask myself, is this something that pleases Allah? When I signed a contract, did that please Allah? We are Allah's slaves and we have no right to any freedom. Our freedom is within the boundaries of being a slave. Nothing more, nothing less. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. And this is why Allah Jalla wa Ala says, run towards Allah. I mean, even if you're not running, it is running towards you. Even if you think you're escaping, you're only running in the direction of looking straight right into the eyes of the angel of death. You are not running from anything, you are running towards something. We are on a planet that is turning so many thousand miles an hour. It is going like an untamed, enraged beast, bringing us to our destination. And you just think all the time, I'm going from point A to point Z. My friend, the only thing you came from is Allah. And the only thing you're going back to is Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are from Allah and to Him we return. Do we have that feeling that as we speak here, that we are being brought towards Allah Jalla wa Ala with every breath we take, with every step we take? Every blink of an eye is a step closer to your true destination. You never had a destination. That was but an illusion. When you said, I'm going to that country, all of that was not your final destination. It was just a transit. You say, oh, I'm going there. You're not going anywhere. You're just on a transit wherever you go. You never went anywhere. The only place where you are truly going is back to Allah Jalla wa Ala. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. So run towards Allah. Run from what? Allah didn't say from what. Allah didn't say how. But when He said فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ أي مِنْ كُلِّ مَا يَمْنَعُكَ عَنِ اللَّهِ. Run towards Allah. Flee towards Allah. Usually you flee from something, not towards something, right? Fleeing is usually when you're afraid. But as you are in awe of Allah, then Allah is the only one you flee towards to. From what? From everything that takes you away from Him. We have to sit down. We need to have a list and say, what removes me from Allah? I kick it out of my life. What brings me closer to Allah? I will die upon it, because soon we will be returned. And the one who thinks that he will say goodbye or that he will say hi tomorrow morning to his children and wife or husband is a person who has been misled by the shaitan. We don't know when we return. We don't know when our airplane will land to take us to another world. We don't know when the gates of the unseen will be opened. We don't know when we step for the first time with our foot in an unknown world where there is nothing left what we know. These are these ayat like Surah Al-Takwir, Surah Al-Infitar. Sayyid Qutb rahmatullahi alayhi, he said, all of these ayat are saying something. These ayat about Qiyamah, that you will look at the mountains and they're like a mirage. You will see the sky open and burst. You will see the stars, no light, falling down, the sun as well. It is all to tell you, why are you holding on to a world that will disappear? Why are you holding on to mountains that will crush and crumble? To a sky that will be torn apart and rumble? Why are we holding on to things that will disappear? من عرف الله فلم تغنيه معرفة الله فذاك الشقي ما يفعل المرء بعز الغنى والعز كل العز للمتقي. The poet said it so clearly. The one who knows Allah and thinks that it does not suffice him, this is truly the one who is in loss. What will you do with the value and status of anything in life? Why the true status is for the muttaqi. Who is the muttaqi? Not the God-fearing person, no. الذي يجعل بينه وبين غضب الله حجابا من الطاعات. The one who places between him and the anger of Allah Jalla wa Ala a trench, a very wide one, none of halal. This is what we are supposed to be doing with our lives. But wallahi, we are scrolling our lives away, but we still think that we are quite okay because the things we're looking at is all Islamic. We are looking at Islam, but we are not practicing Islam. Islam is not about belonging, Islam is about becoming. Belonging gives us a very secure feeling, isn't it? Just to belong. When you belong, you stop becoming. So now is the time where we say, I have to become, or rather be a reflection of that what I belong to, so that everybody becomes. It is time to become. It is time to become that patient person. It is time to become that person that trusts in Allah, that wakes up and say, my only plan is to please my Lord. Even if I lose everything in life, but my Lord is there for me, then I have survived this jungle named dunya, where I can be like literally or rather spiritually killed each single instance. This is why Imam Razi rahimahullah azza wa jalla said, look, before you complain about the things you don't have, be thankful for the things you do not have, because the majority of blessings of Allah are in the things we don't have. We are not living a war. We maybe didn't lose our child or not all our children. We don't have many diseases. We don't have many problems. So this is why, barakallahu fikum, the biggest problem on the face of the earth is that you wake up with somebody else than Allah on your mind. Because if He's not on your mind, something else will. And if that is the case, then you are an easy prey to shaitan al-rajim. I ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to make this beneficial, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma la tu'akhidna bima fa'ala sufaha'u minna wastaghfirullah inna Allah huwal ghafurur rahim. Alhamdulillah kathiran kama amar wassalatu wassalamu ala khayri wa afdalil bashar Sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala jami'i man iqtafa al-athar man dha alladhi yabni ala al-amwaj dara tilkum ad-dunya fala tattakhiduha qarara. Who is the one that would build a house on the waves? Imagine you, bring me some cement, brother. Bring me some stones. Bring me this and that. And then you see him building on the waves, building on the ocean. You will say, this person is out of his mind. Because whatever he builds upon it will drown. من ذا الذي يبني على الدنيا على الأمواج دارا من الذي يبني على الأمواج دارا. Tell me, he says, who is the one that will build his house on water? تلكم الدنيا. Such is the dunya. فلا تتخذوها قرارا. So do not take your dunya as your residence, because you're not here to stay. You are just passing by. You are just on a journey that will soon finish. Not when you decide. You don't have like, I'm leaving at 11:30 and I'm returning at 11:55. Nothing like that. So this is why, barakallahu feekum, I'm reminding myself in the very first place. I am so afraid to forget that I am returning to Allah Jalla wa Ala. Because if I forget this, then I will go wrong. The moment I forget this will be the moment that I sin. The moment that I forget this is the moment that I don't think about my words, that I don't think about my thoughts, that I don't think about my intentions. But if you are aware of the fact that you are returning every single moment, فَكُنْ ibn daqiqatik, be the child of the moment you live in, and turn every second, every moment into eternal gold. Every moment you can turn just into a hasana. Every moment. Apart from haram, every moment. So we ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to make us these travelers who are aware of their journey. Now, we ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to make us of those who have Allah on their minds and in their hearts and made Him the goal in their lives. We ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to make the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam more beloved to us than anything else in our lives. We ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to remove the afflictions of the face of the earth, to protect us against war, and to assist those who are oppressed on the face of the earth. نسأل الله عز وجل ذلك بأسمائه الحسنى وصفاته العلى. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت، وعافنا فيمن عافيت، وتولنا فيمن توليت، وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت، وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك، فإنه لن يعز من عاديت ولن يذل من واليت، تباركت ربنا وتعاليت. اللهم اجعل بقاءنا في هذه الدنيا صوما ولقاء معكم ربي عيدا. اللهم اجعل خير أيامنا يوم نلقاك فيه. اللهم بصرنا بعيوبنا حتى نتوب منها يا رب العالمين. اللهم لا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. اللهم أرنا في الظالمين يوما أسودا دائما يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تكون مع المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم أعنهم ولا تعن عليهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك يا الله أن تجمعنا والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يوم القيامة، وأن تجعلنا من زمرته من القبر إلى القصر. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. وأقم الصلاة.